I needed to buy something very expensive, so I sold all my watches, and I was like, okay, so maybe I didn't care so much about diving watches.
Okay. When in Paris, bonjour.
My friend, good to see you there.
Great
Pleasure.
seeing you as well. Friend Nicolas from Les Rhabilleurs.
Nice to be there.
Super spontaneous interview.
Yes.
You brought
Just
some
like
watches.
A few hours before.
Of course, even a few minutes maybe.
And I was available, so
Perfect.
Great pleasure always
Perfect.
to see you.
Amazing for me as well.
Sure, thank
So, I always start the same way.
Tell me.
For those who don't know you already, who are you?
So I'm Nicolas. I have the magazine named Les Rhabilleurs with one of my best friends, Gabriel, who is also my partner on Les Rhabilleurs, and Joseph Bonny, which is a brand I have. We are in the boutique
Exactly.
right now, making leather things, leather strap for watches, for instance. And so it's media. We are talking about watches only, with a specific thing on techniques and like how watches works. We're doing many videos also, explaining to people how
I've
things
seen
work.
this. All in French?
All in French.
Okay.
Yes, we're talking to all the French people because I don't want to do it for other languages because you have already big media talking about it. So
Sure.
let's stay and let's focus on French people and French-speaking people. So yes, I have Les Rhabilleurs and I also have an expertise cabinet named Sensi Expertise Paris. So we have different specialties and I'm doing the watches. So we are working for a few auctioneers in France. Of course, and it's a real pleasure. I'm learning a lot and I'm working with very nice people, so I enjoy it a lot.
Amazing. So, like me, basically, half your life is watches. Even more, maybe.
Yes. No, half my life is watches.
Okay.
Since I'm 15, yes.
So, you started collecting when you were 15, 16?
Collecting is a big word, but being interested into watches, collecting a bit, buying, selling, and then it all began, I think, with Les Rhabilleurs in 2015.
Okay, wow.
It's
It's
been a long
almost 10 years, huh?
Yes, it's crazy looking back.
You're gonna have a big party?
I think so, yes.
Amazing,
don't know
looking
where,
forward.
yes.
Paris, maybe.
You'll be invited.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
But you're also collecting
Yes, a bit.
as well. So, what's your what are you into? Because I see a lot of gold, but
I used to collect like divers.
okay, really?
Yeah, 10 years ago, like
Okay.
Triton, Submariners, Omega Seamaster 600 Ploprof, I loved it. And then I needed to buy something very expensive, so I sold all my watches and I was like, okay, so maybe I didn't care so much about diving watches.
Okay.
And 5 years ago, I bought this Boucheron, and it has a very
Amazing.
bad dial. It was a maybe Bordeaux dial, Burgundy, sorry. In English, it's better. And then one of my best friends, which is a watchmaker, told me, I know someone who can make a special dial in tortoise shell. And I was like,
Wow.
that would be crazy. And
Wow.
I waited like a year for this. And so that's the watch.
Amazing.
After.
That's maybe the watch I met you with, I think.
so.
I think
Yeah, a few
in
years
Geneva
before. Yeah,
and
maybe 3 years
everything.
before.
Maybe, yes, I would say so.
And I love this watch so much because I was not wearing the watch with the ancient dial. And now that it's a
amazing.
tortoise, I love it so much.
It is, and it looks original, by the way, honestly.
Of course.
Could have been made by Boucheron.
Yes, but
Really.
I'm not saying it's original.
Of course, of course. And I love about Boucheron that you have almost always have the system, which is super interesting. And I mean, it wears very nice on the wrist, and
I love it.
it's pretty perfect. When did you start with Boucheron?
Do you mean this one?
Like getting into them, because now I
5
think
years ago, I think.
early.
And I think the work of Daniel Bernard, the guy who is making the master, who is making the tortoise, like it changes all the watch. And then I was like, okay, so I love gold watches and I need to go this way. And that's why, with all the people, also all of our friends in Geneva, with Aris,
Cheney boys.
Lorenzo, Schnibol, etc. We are all thinking the same. And for instance, for my 30th birthday, they bought me this incredible Finnish Laponia.
That's why the engraving.
That's why the engraving.
That's why the
on the-
engraving. Yes.
On the rocks modified.
Of course, exactly.
With a
Exactly.
Labradorite dial and it looks like a natural rock. So
It does.
It's perfect for me. The buckle also, it's crazy.
Amazing. The buckle is crazy.
I love it.
Did it come with a watch?
Yes.
Wow.
It's all original except for the strap. And so then it all began with the gold watches. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not like a collector in the hard way. I mean, buying everything in gold, but I have a few pieces and I love them and I'm wearing them on a daily basis.
And this, I think, is the one you wore the most.
Yeah, a few years before, one of my good friends was running the Piaget store in Paris, named Stéphane Adjamian. He told me like a guy came to my boutique because he wanted to sell a vintage Piaget. Maybe I'm not interested. Do you want to meet the guy? I met the guy. He was so nice. It was 3 years ago, and he showed me this. The steak was not very good. It has been worn by his father like a lot. But I saw the watch and I was like, okay, I love it. It came with the box and paper.
Wow.
But the box was not good and the paper was not good. It was for another Piaget, but I was like, we have a deal. It was the first watch I bought, full gold, like with the strap also.
And that's really impressive. This is really the watch of the moment, we can say.
Yes,
This Boucheron is really like watches of the moment.
When you see the design, I was telling you I was collecting divers. But you have many Submariners, you have many like Omega, Seamaster 600, etc. But this it's not unique, but it's kind of unique to me, and you don't see this very often on the wrist of people. So that's why I love the watch so much.
And all the construction of the bracelet is really, really,
it's
really
a bit
nice.
used, but I like it this way. I like it this way because I'm wearing
It's your
the
watch.
Yes,
in fact.
it's mine, and
in
I'm
fact.
never going to sell this watch.
Because of the story?
Yeah, no, because this is mine. I don't know. When I'm looking at the watch, I'm like, okay, this is really my type of watch, and I will not sell it.
You care a lot about like you're always one of the best dresses at the shows, honestly.
No way.
Because, yeah, you always have like the tiny scarf and everything in place. Our watch is part of it. Like, did you grow the two things together, style and watches, or all together?
Yes, but this kind of watch, you can just wear a white T-shirt and
Whatever.
a pair of jeans.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
really.
fine. The watch dresses you.
Really, I agree.
You don't need a full suit to look good with a Piaget.
You also look good with this in a full suit, but you don't need it.
But you can be
I agree.
naked. I mean, at the piscine, at the swimming pool, wearing this, and it's just fine.
Of course.
As long as people are not watching you.
Even if they are, they're gonna look at the watch.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
of course.
Hopefully. This one really is. What's this one? Delano.
The story is great because you know Arthur Duro. He's one of the Schnee boys and one of my very good friends.
It's one of the funniest names in the industry,
Yeah.
honestly. Arturo Duro is funniest name.
It's a great name.
Everyone is laughing at this, in fact, of course.
Because they don't know the story, because you need to ask Arthur for that.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to tell the story.
But I think Duro means I think I.
Duro in the spirit. Only
yeah,
this.
yeah, okay.
So he told me, he sent me a message, and so he lives in Luxembourg, telling me, Nico, you should. This is on Le Bon Coin, you know, the small market.
Yes.
Say online market in French.
Yes.
And you should go and see this watch. So I met the.
Wow.
I booked an appointment with the girl because it was her father's watch. I was at the cafe waiting for her, and she sent me a message. I'm so sorry, Nicolas, I'm not coming. I was like, come on, that's not nice. She said, yes, I'm sorry, but it was my father's watch, and I'm not ready to sell the watch. It was like 1 year ago. And 6 months ago, she sent me another message telling me, okay, no, I'm ready to sell it. I had forgotten about the watch, you know, and she told me, I'm really looking forward to meet you, and I know you're not going to sell the watch. I know you're the good person. So we met in a cafe in Bourse. She showed me the watch, and I was like, okay, I love this watch so much. It's a Delano made by Jean Été, a famous jeweler during the 70s. So you have the signature on the back. It's a marquetry, it's a Tag marquetry. So I love it looks like a wood on the dial. And I told her, if in the future I'm selling the watch, I will phone you first.
Of course.
If you want to get back the watch. But for now, I'm keeping it. I'm wearing it on a daily basis because I love this so much. I mean, it's very simple.
Are they expensive?
No, not that expensive. It's like the Boucheron, you know.
Okay.
Nowadays.
Because I've never found a Delano before, honestly. Never had one.
You can find some, but I think this is not a pièce unique. But I've never seen such,
It's really rare.
with a marquetry of the Tiger High marquetry. But I love the watch. I love that it comes with the original buckle.
Yeah, golden as well. I've
Yes.
seen. Of course, the size is also pretty good.
You
It's
have
not
some,
small
you
at
have
all.
some gaudron on the bezel.
Wow.
It's a beautiful squared watch with a beautiful dial. So I enjoy wearing it and
Wow.
watching it every day. So
Very nice.
and I love the signature Jean Été. It's
The font as well is very cool. The font is very cool. Of course, your strap.
your strap. My strap in lézard,
Nice.
very thin.
Nice. You're into stones. Why
Well, I
that?
love it. I don't know, because it's unique
Okay.
and because it's coming from nature. So I mean, it
There's
has
a
something
connection.
special like meteorite. I don't own a meteorite watch, but I would love to.
Okay.
Because it's very special. But it's like the Piaget. So I bought it from Harris, from Mendel, because
Piaget man.
he's the Piaget man. And when I saw, I mean, I went to Geneva a few months before, and he was like, "Come to see me. I have something to show you." And I was like, "Okay, I don't have any money, but I need this watch." And he said, "Let's not talk about the money, Mazal. Take the
Mazal,
watch."
of course.
And I took the watch, of course. I love it because the malachite is perfect. The green is
Yeah.
so intense. You can just lose yourself in the dial. And the band is very large. It's not even like the Piaget Polo. It's even larger. And
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a bit
Green on
larger. But
Nice.
the pattern of the gold on the strap, the mesh is so nice. Only two hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
There is something you cannot unsee, by the way. There's an emoji, more or less.
Yes, I know.
Right?
Someone smiling or not. Someone
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe
Very
someone-
much. Very much. Very much.
How do you say the minions? It's a minion.
It looks like this. That's very true. But that's
I love this one.
beautiful.
So,
The bracelets, the case finishing that matches the bracelet.
I mean, the condition is everything, and the condition is really great. So that's why I say yes to Mazal to Aris.
Of course. You've been collecting this for quite a while, and I think you've been early on this because these watches are really something that's, I mean, they nowadays they're kind of a trend, at least
Yes,
among
but
us.
I'm happy with it because we were talking about divers. You have a lot of divers on
Of course, these are unique.
These are kind of unique, so I'm really happy to put some money sometimes in these watches rather than putting them in the divers. I love divers, of course, and I have divers I want in the future. But really, right now, I'm kind of hooked by these crazy watches.
And do you think it's going to last? It's a trend that is going to last?
Maybe not. Maybe it's just a new trend.
Okay.
But at least it has shown that, I mean, 10 years before, you can buy a Rolex Midas first generation or second generation for 5K, not maybe 10K. A lot of people sold their watches to be melted for gold, for the gold only. So it's a pity, I think, but that's life.
Me too.
So these watches have a new status. They took the place they belong, and I think that's even if it's just a trend. No, the pricing are higher. It's well deserved for these watches because, I mean, this cannot be at 3K of just the worth of the gold.
Yeah, of course.
Because this is such a good work, good savoir-faire on the strap, on the dial,
100%.
that it's. I mean, I'm really happy it has. It's no other.
It's recognized
It's
now.
recognized,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
get it. I get it, 100%. And do you think, I mean, for what I've seen, these are the watches that get also not watch people into watches
Yes.
because they speak to everybody more or
And
less.
women too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
I've seen a lot of women. They're like, show me your watch, and some of them ask me, can you find me like a fine Boucheron like this or a small gold watches at for 1, 2, 3K, and you find some good deal.
Yeah.
They're happy because they were thinking gold is very expensive.
Yeah,
It's not.
of course. Nowadays, maybe steel is more expensive, unfortunately.
that's crazy.
Makes no sense.
So yeah,
Get
it
it.
has opened the doors to many people to buy watches, and you have to assume them because this is something. It's not very easy to wear.
No,
People are like,
at all.
how do you do to wear this? Just assume it. Just wear it and see if you enjoy it, and they enjoy it. So
In the end, everyone
Yes.
enjoys it. Do you have any suggestions you would give to someone who's starting collecting this kind of watches? Where to look for them? What to look for?
always the same. Ask a professional.
Okay.
If it's the beginning of your watch collecting journey, as the brand say, journey, all the time, you need to trust someone who is into it. So you need to ask people like you, like me, like Aris, like all the guys from the Schnee bands. You need to have some good advice and not to buy something in a bad condition, even if you put the price in it. I mean, so if it's the first watch, you need to have trust in the process, not to be disgusted.
Of
So
course.
I would say trust a professional.
Okay.
Not all
Thank
the
you.
professional, but I mean,
And for what we do, because we're kind of colleagues on some basis,
you
would you start today with the magazine again?
yes. I'm doing the expertise on one side and the magazine on the other side. It's a lot of work. Like
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like That's crazy. Yes, sometimes
get
people
you.
they don't understand, but you know,
I
the,
get you,
know
yeah.
the deal. I would do the same because expertise is bringing me a lot of knowledge.
Okay.
And you know when someone like I have Jonathan with a very nice auctioneer in France who was Maison RC. So I was doing some expertise for him, and one day he told me, "Do you know Comex watches?" And I was like, "No." Okay, here is a 5514. Go for it. You know, in France, it's being an expert. You have all the responsibilities with it. And I
Of
was
course.
so I took 2 weeks to do it, searching everywhere, asking some people, etc. Because it was a few years before. But you need to be endangered and to feel the tension to grow.
Of course.
You need to take some risk. And so it's thanks to people like this, people from the cabinet, other auctioneers, they put some really nice watches into my hands. They trusted me, and now I know a bit about Comex because I did a lot of them. It's always like this. You're growing a lot with the expertise, and with the magazine, you are meeting the brands. You know the brands, you know the stories behind the brands. You meet people, interesting people, and it's like communicating between. So when I have a nice piece in my hands, I can do a video about it on Les Rhabilleurs. It's
Of course.
you know how it works.
Of course.
So I would do the same, informating people with the magazine and having some knowledge for me. And when I was young, I bought some watches at the auction, and it was very bad sometimes because we said a fish in French, but the rapport was not good. So
Yeah,
now I'm trying
most
to do
of
my
them are
best always to be transparent with
Most
people.
of them are not.
Yes.
True.
And when I have, for instance, a watch with a battery, even a good watch, I change the battery because you need to show the people that it's working at the time of the expertise. So things like that.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there a next watch you're looking for?
Yes,
Which one?
I can have it. I know where it is.
Okay.
I would love a Rolex Midas,
Okay.
King Midas.
Full
It's one
gold?
Yes,
Okay.
second generation, in yellow gold. But it's
Proper stuff.
kind of expensive.
Proper stuff.
And I'm not really in the mood for now.
Okay.
It would be crazy to buy this right now. But in the future, not being possible that I
You pair it with this one in the end.
yes.
They're kind of brothers, some sorts, like cousins more than brothers.
Yes, it's crazy. But this is complicated because you need to find the good bracelet because you cannot move the links. You have some very tiny space for the wrist, so you need to find the good one. The one which is suited to your wrist.
And it's one of the very few watches I would love to have with a box
Yes.
as well.
I sold one with the box, a white gold one, second generation, with the box and the other box. You have a white box and then you have the M4.
Yeah, this is what I would like.
Crazy.
Honestly.
It's so complicated to find.
Yeah, yeah, but one of the best set they ever created, in my opinion. Super
I
nice.
think so. So yes, maybe the next one after. I'm not into watches anymore.
Super.
This is the last
End
one.
game, really?
No. It's
Okay.
a joke, but I would love the Midas.
What's like the one that would? Do you have an end game watch? Like you
I
have
think the
this.
Midas is for the gold system.
Okay.
One of the end game watch.
Okay.
I would love.
I would have guessed like maybe Patek 2499,
Not
something
even.
like this.
No,
No.
not even.
Okay.
I love the King Midas so much. I love the design of this watch. This is so perfect to me, to my eyes.
Yeah, I have the Cellini in white gold.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
So much.
Incredible.
I get you.
I didn't remember you have this watch. Beautiful.
Yeah. Nick, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Andrea.
It was
Great
fast,
pleasure.
but we did it, and I'm very happy about it. Guys, please follow both of us, Les Rhabilleurs and I'm Casa. Tell me which one of these watches was your favorite, which story did you like the most, and looking forward to a second episode with a bit more time, maybe for
It was
the
a
10
pleasure to
years.
have you in Paris. For the 10 years, that's in 1 year.
Of course,
Let's meet.
of course. Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you so much.
See you.
See you.